Does the Disney Plus series Ahsoka get to hyperspace, or is it stuck in the swamps of Dagobah? Luckily, most critics are saying the former is the case. Reviews for the first 2 episodes of Ahsoka are out, and critics are making their verdicts known about the latest Star Wars series. Both a continuation of storylines from The Mandalorian and a direct sequel to the animated series Star Wars Rebels, it's a sprawling Jedi adventure in the classic Star Wars style, complete with all of the wipe transitions and musical cues you'd expect. It's also receiving widespread praise in early reviews. Disney has had a bit of a rough time with the streaming era of Star Wars. Though the first season of The Mandalorian is arguably the most universally beloved entry in the franchise since Lucasfilm became an arm of Disney, subsequent TV series have failed to capture that same excitement. The Book of Boba Fett was met with a lukewarm reception, and while Obi-Wan Kenobi has plenty of fans, it also received a lot of criticism for poor production values and bizarre pacing issues. Andor has been the one truly shining light for the franchise on Disney Plus in recent years, with even the 3rd season of The Mandalorian coming and going with much less fanfare than its predecessors. But now, it seems that Disney may once again have a Star Wars hit on the streamer. As of the making of this video, Ahsoka has a critical approval rating in the low 80s on review aggregator Rotten Tomatoes.
And don't miss this time!
The early reviews for Ahsoka, which cover the first 2 episodes made available to the press, point out a number of flaws, but they're generally quite kind to creator Dave Filoni's new live-action show. Ed Power of the Daily Telegraph wrote in his 4-star review, "Ahsoka has 2 qualities lacking from much recent Star Wars output: a solid story and an imaginative visual twist on George Lucas's universe." Dan JOLIN of Empire magazine echoed the praise, writing, "Fans of Clone Wars and Rebels will appreciate this live-action continuation of Dave Filoni's saga, while newcomers should dig its promise of a different kind of Force clash." Other critics were a bit more reserved in their compliments. Bob Strauss of the San Francisco Chronicle wrote, "Ahsoka has a fresh feel. It would be fresher, though, if Star Wars could just find new themes to explore and do so in ways that don't require so much standing around talking." Nick Shager of the Daily Beast praised the show but critiqued the barrier to entry, writing, "No matter how hard it strives for widespread accessibility, it's a sequel that will be of primary interest to established fans." Though the early reviews are quite strong, Ahsoka still has a lot to prove. The first 2 episodes are the only ones that have been made available to critics before release. There are still 6 more episodes to come. Those will determine what kind of lasting legacy Ahsoka actually has in the grand scheme of the Star Wars franchise. Nick Hilton of The Independent penned one of the less favorable reviews of the show, writing, "The production design is as flat and flimsy as the characterization. Ahsoka herself is, on paper, a badass, but on the screen, she feels joyless.
Things have changed."
Stilted dialogue and the lingering production hindrances of the volume, which is what Disney calls its massive LED soundstage, are the main criticisms early viewers have lodged against the series. Ahsoka has plenty of runway to work past these issues, but whether or not it succeeds in that mission remains to be seen. Ben Travers' review of the first 2 episodes for IndieWire reminds fans that whatever the lasting image of the new show, at least we still have Andor.